Yo, Kodak Vision 3 cinema film. More specifically, Kodak Vision 250D today. There are some pros and there are some cons. For the pros, we have versatility. There's great tone, colors, dynamic range, and grain. There's lots of ISO ranges to choose from. There's 50D, 200T, 250D, and 500T. The D is for daylight balanced film and the T is for tungsten balanced film. From what I've seen online, these films have a very large latitude, so these can be pushed and pulled pretty heavily. So I'm interested to see what these cinema films are capable of. Digital processing is another big pro. These being Kodak's most recent line of cinema films means that these are meant to be digitally corrected, making it much easier for shooters that are already developing and scanning at home. In my last video, I kind of go over my process of developing and scanning. If you guys would like to watch that, I'm going to link it somewhere up in the top. I don't know where that's at, and I'll also put that in the description as well. Now for price, there is pros and cons that are involved in the pricing of this process. A pro to the pricing of shooting cinema film is when you are developing and scanning your film at home. Prices are going to vary depending on if you are getting a 400-foot spool or a 100-foot spool. If you get a 100-foot spool already broken down, it makes it a little bit easier for you. You're still saving significant amounts of money by doing that. For me personally, I've gotten about $5 to $6 per roll. The chemicals I use for developing bring my development cost to about $1.50 per roll. All of this is still under the price of the cheapest roll of color film being developed and scanned. The main con involved with shooting cinema film is going to be the remjet layer, or the anti-halation layer. This film is designed to be developed in ECN2 chemicals. Not all labs can develop ECN2. Don't just go to your local lab and drop off cinema film to them, because cinema film can ruin traditional C41 machines. There are specialty shops that do cater to ECN2 film, but usually they're not local to you. They are online, and you can find those just by searching that online. If you want to process this at home in C41, you have to remove the remjet layer from the film by doing a pre-bath. The pre-bath can include a baking soda mix. It can also be Kodak. They have an instruction of certain ingredients that you put together to remove the remjet layer, but you must remove the remjet before adding it to your C41 chemicals, or it'll just ruin your C41. Now the cons to pricing of cinema film is when you are developing at one of those boutique labs and purchasing preloaded canisters. I'm seeing that ECN2 processing at these labs costs roughly the same as developing C41 at any other local lab. Could be anywhere from $10 to $15 per roll. Preloaded canisters of cinema film look to be going around $10 per roll, but also you have to count shipping into that as well. And Kodak Gold is under $10 now per roll. It's kind of up to you on how you want to go about it. Most of these consumer grade films are cheaper than going the cinema film route, but if you want that cinema film look, this is what you would do. And another con to bulk rolling cinema film and shooting cinema film and developing cinema film is the time that's involved with that. It's going to take you some time to bulk load. It's going to take you some time to develop. It's going to take you some time to scan and color correct and edit your shots. When you're doing it all yourself, it's going to cost you time. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you my bulk loading process, going out to shoot that film, and some of the images that I made with the film for this test. So let's get to it. So we got this super old bulk roller. Found it at an estate sale. Back in the day it was only $7.95. So we're gonna be bulk rolling. I have some Kodak Vision 3 250D. I got a 100-foot roll already broken down from a 400-foot spool. Here's the bulk roller. Very old. It's not red like you would usually see on the, what brand is this? The Lloyd. So it's kind of like the Lloyd bulk roller, just another off-brand version of it, but it's pretty old. This is probably from the 70s or so. The Prinz daylight roller. So with this one, it doesn't have a counter like the Watson does. So you have to count your rotations, and that's where it shows those numbers. It says exposures. If you want 36, you got to turn 31 times. If you want 24 exposures, you crank it 24 times. If you want 18 exposures, yada, 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 yada. So there's already a roll in here. Unfortunately, with the roll that is in here, I am going to undo this and take that roll out, and we will see what it is. It's probably that military grade film. As you can see, there's a leader right there, but I do want to take this apart because I want to check the felt seals on the inside before. It looks good on this side, the felt, and it feels good. It doesn't feel dry or crusty. It actually feels pretty well. So I just want to make sure that it's looking good on the inside portion, and then we will load the 250D in here so we can start bulk loading some film. From all those rolls that I was going through in that box, I ended up pulling all the Kodak. We'll be using those to bulk load into. Yeah, it's been in the freezer. It's a little icy. We're gonna get about 18 to 20 rolls out of this, which is good. You know, this is about $100 from Ultrafine Online. So you're getting, you know, roughly $5 a roll, and you know, it's cinema film, so it's a pretty high quality. It's got to be used for movies. So we're hoping that will be a good remedy to portrait prices. But yeah, so let's start cracking into things and see where we go with this. Let's go ahead and take this out. There we are. Cool. So that's pretty much that military film. Roll ruined. Yeah, the felt is actually looking pretty good in there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show much. Yeah, the felt itself is looking pretty good and clean. Don't want any like dust particles or anything like that in the felt so it doesn't scratch the film. Looking pretty clean. I can't show you loading the 250D in here because it is light sensitive. So I will be going into the dark now and getting that loaded into here. Then we can start getting that film loaded. Now that the roll is in there, thankfully I had this roll that I burnt because I had a little bit of practice with getting it on there. This roll in the black bag, the bag is taped, which there was a bunch of tape wrapped around the bag. Then once you grab inside of the bag, you'll have a roll that's like this. There was a tape that was taping the leader off into the roll itself. And so you basically just have to go against the edges, look for the leader, kind of feel how the tape is, scratch the tape off, and then just kind of work it off. Drop the roll in there, fed it through the felt, and you just seal it on with this piece. And then this is a roller piece right here. You just screw that back on, make sure it's nice and tight, so you get a nice light seal, and you're good. So for the spools themselves, I'm going to be using all of the Kodak 200s that I find in here, pretty much all the gold rolls. But I think I'm just going to pull all of the like modern looking golds and use those, and then I'll probably label everything as 250D and then just put it in its own bag. So let's go ahead and start searching for the gold. Need one more. Found the last one that I need. So we got 20. We also got some Scotch tape. Let's get the bulk rolling. What I'll do is I'll line it up with the first available one, just so they kind of overlap a bit. Then I'll push against the back side of the newer film just so I get some sort of connection, and just flop it over. I go against the edge so I can get it as clean as possible. And then just kind of press it all down. Try not to pull as much as you can. Just kind of get a secure connection. Push it back in a bit. Get that in there. Close it up. There, so we seat there. So then we count every turn. And pop that out. And then I like to get like 2 or 3 sprockets out, lay it over the top. You get a nice little clean cut. Basically just keep this going. Got about 17 and a half rolls, so I'm gonna have to get a film leader retrieval and get this guy out of here. So this one's gonna be a short roll, which is cool. It could be a test roll. So yeah, we ended up with 17 full rolls, doing 31 turns on the Lloyd style. Put a label on them just so I know what they all are, and then I can reuse these for 250D in the future. Yeah, got that out. We're gonna do a little cut so we can get it into the Nikon. So we got a leader now. Ready to go. This will be the app that I'm using. The Light Me app for getting my light meter reading. Just don't have batteries in the FM2. FA at 2,000th of a second. Very nice. Let's go take this somewhere else. Basically just going to get the back side of this building. It's a little more interesting. The front side is completely shaded already at this point. So there's like a little scene over here that I might take a shot of too. F8 2,000th of a second. Big issue with the FM2 is I'm missing the rewind, so I got to rewind it like my M3. But you know, if anybody got the Nikon FM2 lever, let me know. Yeah, we're over here by the UC Davis Med Center, so that was their helicopter. There's a cat. showing 1000th out of f8. You see it? Hello. I guess the bad thing about this is that I have no idea how many shots I have on this roll. It was the extra bulk roll. Like I said, this is just going to be a test roll of the 250D, seeing how it comes out with the developing. I'm going to be doing the pre-bath with just like a baking soda mix, and then we'll be developing it just with C41, just like any other color film. Yeah, I might go take a picture of this lemon tree real quick, and then we'll get to pushing somewhere else. Gotta move. Where's the cat? I don't like it anymore. So the spot over by, what is this, Stockton and Miller ended up being a burnt spot. I don't know if there's any events going on today, like lowrider stuff or car things. I would like to shoot some car stuff, or at least more color, because I want to see like the, you know, how well the colors come up on the 250D. So we're gonna look around the area. I think I might go over to like North Oak Park area and see what's over there. See if I can get some shots. I know like Comby House is closed right now, but they might have some of the old bugs and buses out there. We're just gonna drive around the area and see what else we can find and keep shooting. .500th out of 2.8. Yeah, I can go and shoot a car like this all day pretty much. I don't know how many frames I have left. I've shot 13 so far. So we're gonna move on to the next place. I'm gonna go back over towards, or head over towards North Oak Park, go to like the Comby House and see if there is anything that's sitting out front and just kind of scope the area. I really only have maybe 5 or so frames left, so let's get to moving. Knew I was gonna find a car out here. Probably just gonna burn the rest of these shots on this car pretty much. Got 5.6 at 1,000th of a second. It's the end of the roll. I take this home, go get it developed over the next couple of days. Got a good couple of shots of the car before I ran out. It's kind of tripping because when I did that last pull, it didn't almost fully cock all the way, so I kind of just inched it a little bit, but I know it didn't rip off, so let's go head out. So for now, I'm just starting with 250D. The next roll that I'm going to be shooting, I will probably rate it around 400 or 500. It's going to be pretty overcast over the weekend, and we're going to be doing a Cameras and Coffee 916 at a coffee shop, so getting some indoor shots with the pushed 250D will be interesting to see how they come out. And then next up, I will purchase 500T. I probably will not be showing that whole process because it's the same bulk loading process that you've seen in this video. I'm very interested in seeing how well 500T pushes to 800 or 1000 ISO, just to see how close I can replicate Portrait 800. I really love Portrait 800 and the way it renders colors, its saturation versus Portrait 400, but shooting Portrait 800 all the time is very expensive. I have plenty of other C41 color films in the freezer, but those will just be mixed in with my regular shooting. I do plan on exclusively shooting Kodak Vision film 435mm. This will keep my costs down. I already develop and scan myself, and they look pretty damn good. I can only imagine the headache it must be to bulk load 120 film. It probably has to be completely done in the dark, but if I could find a way, I would. But yeah, I hope you guys like this one. I really appreciate you guys watching, subscribing, and liking these videos. If you want to keep up with what I have going on, you can go ahead and follow me on my Instagram, where I post daily, and I also share the work of other photographers who I personally enjoy as well. But yeah, till the next one, peace.